Steve and Camre Curto. Camre's memory was completely wiped out when she suffered near fatal complications while giving birth. Steve and Camre's storybook romance started in 2009 when they met and quickly fell in love. Within 3 years, they were engaged and planning a wedding when they discovered Camre was pregnant, news that filled the young couple with joy. Camre had a happy, normal pregnancy until one day in her third trimester when her health took a sudden and frightening turn. Camre was rushed to the hospital after her throat began to swell and she had trouble breathing. Doctors discovered she had preeclampsia, a potentially fatal pregnancy disorder. During an emergency C-section, Camre lost oxygen to her brain for over 5 minutes and suffered a stroke. Miraculously, her newborn son, Gavin, was delivered safely, but doctors had to put Camre in a medically induced coma. When she woke up 2 days later, the new mom had no memory of her son's birth. She couldn't even recognize her own fiancé. Camre's memory had been completely erased. Camre had to relearn simple tasks like cooking, brushing her teeth, and getting dressed. And even now, 8 years later, she still suffers long and short-term memory loss. But she's here with us today, Camre, with her husband, Steve, from Fenton, Michigan. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having us, Tamron.
Absolutely. So, Camre, you still don't remember what happened that day in the hospital, even now. I mean, first of all, let me give an extra thank you because I know that you still suffer from short and long-term memory loss. So you were a little nervous about coming on and doing this interview, but you decided to jump on in here anyway. How are you feeling?
Nervous, but just
well, you know
keep
what?
on going.
I still get nervous all the time. I'm nervous about your Wi-Fi right now, so we're all nervous, but here we go. So, Steve, tell me what happened
We
here.
live in the woods.
I'm going to tell you what, every woman who's expecting or had a child, when they hear that she didn't recognize the child she had just given birth to, what happened?
Well, she suffered a severe brain injury, and it was one of the toughest things to really swallow when the woman you love doesn't know who you are, or she just gave birth to this beautiful child. It was pretty sad. I was heartbroken, obviously, but also determined to keep our family, going. I had to be the strong one. And
Keep us together.
yeah, luckily we had a good support system with her parents who have been tremendous in our lives.
Are.
Yeah, and they still are. So with the help of her family, my mom as well, we've been able to survive in our family. We wouldn't have a story if it wasn't for our family. So
absolutely.
we're very
And as I
blessed.
said, we're talking about fairy tale endings here, but going back to how this started, did you know instantly something was wrong, Steve?
Yeah, so she was starting to hallucinate. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know she just gave birth. So it was obviously a red flag. And then the days leading up, we started kind of really realizing, wow, she has a brain injury and she lost her memory. So, we just, like I said, with the help of family and just being strong, all of us, and showing up every day. That was the key. Showing up every day, doing what has to be done, keeping our love alive. And it was early on, too. We were sitting on the couch. This was very helpful. She said, I don't know who you are, but I know I love you. So, yeah, every day, we just focus on every day. So we're ordinary people who were facing extraordinary circumstances. And we try not to think about what she's lost every day. We think about what she's gained, in which she still has her life. She still has me. She still has her child. So we focus on the positive, and we don't tend to focus on the bad that could really hamper our life. So we focus on that. I wrote a book for her documenting our 10-year journey from the day we met till when she got to actually experience being a mom by herself with the help of one of her friends. And, it took 5 years, but we just keep going, we keep fighting, and we're just a extremely grateful, hopeful family.
I love it. And the book includes everything from your first date to your first kiss and all of those things in the middle. Camre, as I said, you're the mother of an 8-year-old, and Gavin's adorable. How do you describe motherhood? What does that bring to you daily?
I love it. It's just now coming to the point where seizures are going down and things like that, and Gavin and I can have our time because Steve was, mother and father for so long. And now that I'm able to step up and be a mom and start to be myself again is wonderful.
Well, let me take liberty to say you're not stepping up to be a mom. You were a mom from day one. And circumstances that you didn't see coming, that nobody could see coming, put you in a situation that you have proven that you can move past. So it is definitely a beautiful fairy tale ending, and your Prince Charming is not so bad, Steve.